All right, guys. This is a private junkyard in the middle of the woods, salvage yard. I've been knowing this gentleman for a long time. I was needing some hood hinges for my 2004 Mustang. I called him up. He had a Mustang out here, although it was around a 94 to, I don't know, 98. Looks like the hood hinges are the same. So come over here and pick up the hood hinges and take them off the car. And I asked him, could I, do a little video and then some picture taking of the cars. And I was actually surprised when he said yeah, because I've been knowing this gentleman for a long time. And this is his private junkyard in the middle of the woods. So he told me he didn't mind. And I was actually surprised. Honestly, I was. So I drove through the junkyard. I didn't get out and film and take pictures because I was so surprised that he allowed me to even do this. I didn't really want to push it. But one of the reasons I like going to these junkyards is when I used to go to junkyards when I was younger, you used to find a lot of 60s and 70s, and this was in the late 80s era. You used to find a lot of your older vehicles like that in the junkyards, and it's not so much these days now. Most of everything's fairly pretty new model stuff, at least late 80s on up. And I used to look at these cars like I did houses, old abandoned houses, and I kind of thought, man, if those walls could talk, if the inside of that car could talk, what kind of stories was told in those cars, what places they visited, people that depended on these cars to go back and forth to support their families and take trips and all. I don't know, it just kind of intrigued me. As you can see here, he had a lot of damage from the Category 4 hurricane that we sustained a month ago. So he's got of course, being in the middle of woods, he's got a lot of damage and a lot of trees down. But just want to thank him for allowing this, because like I say, he's normally not that type of guy to allow this, so I didn't want to push it too far. But anyways, found a couple of jewels in the junkyard and the salvage yard, and I'll share them at the end of the clip. And just like me, when you see these cars, just imagine where they've been and what they've been through, and just enjoy the ride here. Some of you, if you're like me, you kind of enjoy riding to a salvage yard, just seeing what's in there. But just a big thanks to him for allowing me to do this. And I found a couple of old cars and trucks in here, and I'll be sharing them with you here at the end of this clip. So enjoy it, guys. So guys, what we have here is a 1965 AMC 990 Ambassador. You certainly do not see many of these cars these days. This car has a 327 AMC engine in it. That's a 327 V8 produced by AMC. I wasn't able to get very good pictures of the engine because he had some stuff stacked on top of it, like a torque converter for one thing, so I didn't want to disturb his stuff. I tried to take pictures the best I could. The AMC Ambassador is an automobile manufactured and marketed by AMC Motors Corporation. From 1957 through 1974, over 8 generations available in 2- and 4-door sedan, 2-door hardtop, 4-door station wagon, as well as 2-door convertible body styles. So yeah, they ran for a good little while there. So look at that dash. I tell you what, guys, I miss those big old chrome bumpers we had back in the day. At least you knew you had some protection if you was to bump into something. Man, I used to love washing those things and watching them shine too. You don't see that these days. Now all you have is a piece of plastic with maybe some foam behind it. Not much protection. Here we have a 1960 F600. Man, this thing was in good shape. The body was in perfect shape. Look at the patina on this thing. For those of you that like that patina, just take a look at that. The body was perfect on it. You don't see many of these trucks on the road either. This guy here, back in the day, it was for sure a workhorse. It came factory with the 292 V8. He told me that another gentleman owned this truck out of state, and he was eventually going to come get it, and his plans was to make a wrecker out of it. Put a boom on the back and make a wrecker out of it. As you can tell, I wasn't able to lift the hood because he had something over the hood once again, but I was able to open the door, and man, I don't know when the last time this door was open, but whoo, there was a lot of, well, you can see there was a lot of stuff. Some of it undesirable, a lot of spider webs, and yeah, it was knee deep in what looks like squirrels and rats had been living in it and hosting in it. What we have here is, he told me, was a 1968 Ford Torino. But as I looked at the tail lights, to me, on my research, it looked closer to being a 1970. But I'm not sure, but that's what it looked to me like. So this, if it was a 1970, it came with a variety of engines that you could get from the factory. And he told me that it came with a 302, which was a Ford V8 that come after the 289, 292. That part I believe he had correct. I believe it did come from the factory with a Ford 302. I tried to get a few pictures and video of this thing, but the back end was buried pretty good. So this old car looks like it took a little bit of a lick in the front, but the body still seemed to be pretty solid. It seemed to be in pretty good shape still. Could have been fixed at one time, I imagine. Still could be fixed now, I guess. He said he'd owned the car for quite a while, sold parts off of it over the years. Said it had a factory wing on the trunk. But anyways, yeah, these are the top cars that are going missing. These are the top cars that I used to see that I don't see no more. And I wanted to share this with y'all because these top cars they're few and far between. So I just wanted to take a couple videos, and I'm glad that this gentleman let me go through his yard and was able to show you these top cars like this right here. And I hope you enjoy them because these top cars they're not in the junkyards anymore. They're very rare to find, and I wanted to share them with you. And I'm so glad that he took the time because it's a rare thing. He generally doesn't do stuff like this, and I'm just very grateful and thankful that he let me do this so I could show these cars, these especially these classic cars, what I'd call classic vintage cars, and just show you that if you look, they're still out there. You can still find these cars out in the wild. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video at the salvage yard. That was a special thing there. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We was able to pick up our parts, and I'm glad I was able to go. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and hope you're doing well. Can't wait to see you in the next video. And I hope to be able to see you in the next video. Thank you guys.